Hi there and welcome to Guitar Centric.
Today we are comparing and contrasting 6 different microphones and listening to what they sound like when we mic them up in different ways on a speaker.
So what we've got an Aston microphone Spirit, which is a large diaphragm condenser. We've got an Aston microphone Starlight, which is a small diaphragm condenser. We've got an SE Electronics R1, which is a ribbon microphone. We've got a Sontronics Halo, which is a dynamic, and another dynamic, which is the Audix i5, and also a Shure SM57, everyone's favourite, everyone's regular dynamic microphone. We've recorded one guitar lick, really, so we've got some chords, some clean chords, and then a crunchy riffy bit, and that's been recorded on a Fender Stratocaster on the bridge humbucker, and it's gone through the clean channel and the crunch channel on a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe.
What I was really curious about when we came to make this video was really sort of highlighting the difference that just angling a microphone on a speaker can make to totally change the the whole aesthetic of what you're hearing. And it's really interesting from this video. I hope you find the same thing about how many variables there are with microphones.
Yeah.
For me, I found perhaps like the tried and tested dynamic microphones, so like the SM57, and was it the Sontronics?
There's the Audix i5 you liked.
Audix i5, that's the one I liked, yeah. And it's interesting how you get these little variables in the high end with certain microphones. Some of those mics I thought were really warm and really kind of would lend to nice clean sounds, and some really work better for the overdrive sounds.
Yeah, you see, for me, it's predominantly as a sound engineer, what I'm looking for in a microphone and in a guitar tone is something that'll sit well in a mix. Now, for me, the one that I preferred from all of those, especially on the distorted sound, was the ribbon microphone on the cone, because I felt that you've got the high end and you've got a crispness, but it's nothing overwhelming, and you have still got a warmth. So not only have you got a lot to play with, if you've got a vocalist who's sort of taken over quite heavily over, say, your guitar part, you've still got enough frequencies in that microphone where you've got a full guitar part, but you can also keep the vocalist sitting on top, and you're not going to have frequencies fighting with each other. But also for the clean, I like something sparkly, I like something spangly, and I really like the Aston, the Spirit. So that was the large diaphragm condenser. Yeah. So I think if I was going to choose a favourite right now, I would say on the clean, it's definitely the Aston Spirit on the cone. And for the crunch, it was the SE Electronics R1 on the cone.
Interesting. And isn't there the Halo microphone?
Yeah.
Right. It's interesting because you mentioned that was used by Josh Homme.
Yeah, it's how I actually discovered it. So that's his favourite mic on a guitar. And I can kind of hear that now I'm using that microphone. I can hear that a lot in their mixes and a lot in their tracks, especially live, because it's punchy. It's got a lot of high mid frequencies. So what you often hear in a live guitar environment. But it didn't have enough warmth for me, and that's where it sort of fell apart for me in my liking.
But it's interesting because we use this microphone on a combo amp, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure that lots of Queens of the Stone Age fans out here and guitar nerds like us might be able to correct me, but I was under the impression that Josh Homme uses combos and like all small cabinets rather than big 4x12 enclosures to mic up his amp. So maybe in a live setting, that arrangement with a small cabinet or something with that microphone obviously does the job for him.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say necessarily about the cabinet size. There's so many variables. I mean, you've got to bear in mind that this is just using one amp and one speaker. Even if you've got a 4x12, 4 of those speakers in different positions can sound slightly different. I mean, then if you go and put a different speaker in, there's so many different things. And I mean, this is the endless fight for tone. This is the problem that every guitarist has, every sound engineer has. There's no right and there's no wrong. It's a lot about what you prefer, but also, it's not just about tweaking one thing. If we had an infinite sound knob, which was
infinite sound knob.
I've been called that a few times in my life. But where you could just tweak your tone with one thing. Then we could look into saying there's a definitive answer, but there's so many variables. We're never going to find out which. But it's just about really saying our favourites. For me, definitely a ribbon on crunch, and definitely a big condenser on the cleans.
But yeah, for me it was pretty much all the on-axis sounds for the crunchy stuff, and then off-axis stuff for the cleans. Okay. Yeah, I like that because it kind of gave a nice sort of roundness. It softened the edges a bit for the cleans. And if that's what you're looking for, then great. But this is why we did this particular video, so you can sort of compare and contrast what these different microphones will do.
Well, I hope you found this interesting, and more importantly, I hope you found this useful when you're next miking up a guitar amp.
So please, like, share and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.
See you later.